Okay, and so we are back. It's been a bunch of days since I made that last video. I ended up just calling it quits and deciding to pick up another day because I've been up forever and I was running on fumes. But we left off. I was going to show you how I made the graphs, and I had this other code to run that gets the hourly users. And I ran that code, and we'll just check. We'll just look at this a second. I got that. Just for the sake of showing you, I got that code. That code ran. I got it fixed. Give me a second to fix it. Okay, so now the update is now you'll notice that all these down here end in 00 because they're accurate to the day. We've got some of these now that are accurate to the hour. Okay, so I'm going to go here. I'm going to pull up a Unix timestamp converter. I'll use I can do this myself with my program my application to do this. So we got the Unix timestamp converter, and we can check this out. Okay, now the first thing actually is we've got to go to this PTSD for everyone list. I'm on my other monitor right now. You can't see me, but I'm navigating to my members list folder. Okay. And this is the file we got our members from in the first step. And so this is going to be the date that we use for our comparison. That I got this file April 17th, 2023 at 2:17 p.m. That's when I saved this file, and this is a good proxy. It might have took me 20 or 30 minutes to get all the members loaded, but this is a good proxy within 30 minutes as to when these dates. The dates are expressed relative to a date. That's not a hard date. It's 4 hours ago. So you got to ask the question: 4 hours ago as of when? Well, 4 hours ago as of roughly April 17th, 2023 at 2:17 p.m. Okay, but we'll try one of these. We'll get this timestamp from this first one and see if we are correct. Which, spoiler alert, we are. Okay, and you see here my time zone. This is April 17th, 2023 at 10:17 and 12 seconds a.m. Okay, so we got this one. Now we've got one that's joined 17 hours ago. We got two, so we can check the 17 hours ago timestamp. And we are going to get, by my time, that's April 16th, 2023. I'm at 9:17 and 12 seconds p.m. Now here's an instance where the time zone matters. You notice in Universal Time, this would have been on April 17th, and my timestamps are saved. They're always saved. This right here is a universal timestamp. Okay, that's what it is in its raw form. It's a timestamp in Universal Time. And then it's converted into whatever time zone when I'm writing my programming application, I can convert this into any time zone that I want, and I convert it into my time zone, which is Eastern Time, and Facebook also converts it into Eastern Time. That if I had access to Facebook's database on Facebook's web servers, this is what they would have for every one of these people. And it would be accurate down to the second. So what Facebook does is they, when the user joins the group, they record that with a Unix timestamp in their database. Then, depending on what region of the world you're logging in from, or what region of the country, if you're in the U.S., what region you're logging in from, Facebook will convert that timestamp to a formatted time that matches your time zone. That's why when I go to this member right here, for instance, Okay, it says it's April 16th, 23, based on my time instead of the universal time. Okay, so that's that, and I'm going to introduce you to my sample stat table, and that's what I use to that's what I use to make these graphs. And what this does is this calculates the number of users as of a time period. So I can do a monthly analysis, and I can do a daily analysis. And the graphs that you saw, at least what's in my package now, and what you're going to see the most of, are daily members graphs. And this works the same way. I will show you. Is I have some code that I run. I type in the name of the table that I want to get the stats for, and I load this in the browser. And when I load this in the browser, it runs all of these functions, and the one that generates the list, the final function, is the get daily join rate function. And again, all of these are called objects here. When I have this new keyword, all of these objects have functions that are tied to a bunch of programming scripts in this classes folder of my application. And all of that programming gets executed when I run these functions. And these objects basically, they hide the implementation. Okay, so instead of having a big page of programming scripts here, I can have this nice, concise, a very small block of programming that gets all the job done. And it's useful in numerous ways, making these objects as opposed to writing one big massive programming script, which is what I've done for some of this as well. And so, and I guess another thing to note is that when you're making software, normally what you do is you have a user interface. Okay, that you're probably noticing this is a little bit different. You know, when you use software yourself, you don't have a bunch of code like this, and you don't type anything on the raw, on the source code files of the system. You have a user interface with something like what I've got here. Let's hope to God this works. Okay. I've got these buttons here: group 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Group. That's 4 different groups. I can select from all. I can add a date. Okay. And so if I were to make an interface for this, I would have tables to tell me, do I want, what table do I want to be ran? I would have a field to type. Do I want a daily join rate or do I want a monthly join rate? And this code would look like this. Okay, so instead of having this user stats table with a thing to fill in, it would say, actually, let me get that back. So user stats table equals post table. Okay, then I would have mode, or let's say type equals post type. And then here I would have if type equals daily. Then I would have else if type equals monthly. What would happen, I get a form like this, and when I hit the submit button, this go button on the form, I would have the fields, what table, daily or monthly. I hit go, and what happens is when I hit go, the values I put on the UI get posted to this programming script. They would get posted to this programming script, and it would do, it would do what it's going to do based on what I put on the form. And that's how any software that you use works. That you have that's commercially available. Is you have a user interface of some type, and you enter raw data, numbers, letters you pick from a drop down, doing things that make sense to you, then whatever you put in the UI gets passed on to a programming script that executes the code that makes the software work. It's very user friendly and smoother and prettier. And the reason that I do things the way that I do them instead of having a UI is because that this project is solely my project. I'm not sending this to anyone else, and I'm lazy, and so I just do it this way. I just have they would call this in software development. They would call this a UI. They might call this a client. Is one thing they might call this. Okay, and my client, instead of having a UI that posts to the programming script, I just have the programming script is my client, and I directly edit it. I just basically to save time, and again, I'm lazy. It's faster for me just to type things. But we'll go ahead. We'll get in our sample stat table. We will get our PTSD for everyone table. Post this. So I'll put that to the server, and I'm going to switch my code editor. I'm going to get an IDE because this Adobe Dreamweaver really sucks. At least the stuff that I can get, the rest of the stuff out there. I'm going to go here. I'm going to members loading on members loading file, and then members loading. Just a while. Okay, and I'll run this script. See here, when I click the sample stat. Okay, so now I've got a daily join rate. That goes up to April 17th, 2023. And what I can do is I can export this. Call this. This is how lazy I am. Instead of typing, I want to copy this. Okay. I've got this on my other monitor here. Okay, and this test, this is a legacy column that I'm probably going to get rid of. Okay, and you'll see here that it starts on January 7th. Okay, so it's got the month number in a number form. It's got the month written out as a word. We call that a string. And then the stat ID. Each day is given a stat ID that just goes up by 1. So we know that this group, as of April 17th, has been in existence. Back here. Has been in existence for 831 days. and then it has, that's the stat ID. That's the numerical index of the day. So this is day 4 in the group's history. This is day 5 in the group's history, etc. And then we have the month and the day. And so we had 16 members join the first day. As of day 2, we've got 18 members. So what this is the cumulative members as of each day. And so we get down here, as of August 23rd, 2021, we have 1,139 members. Now another metric that I've calculated for these join rate graphs, or for the join rates tables, is how many people have joined in each period. So if I'm doing a monthly tally, I will count how many have joined in a month. If I'm doing a daily tally, I'll count how many joined in each day. So in other words, what I would do, if I want to know how many joined on this is January 8th, I would put a formula in here, and I would do this, and then Control C this, and so here I can get how many joined. Okay, so we can see here we got 2 joined on this day, 3 joined on this day, 9, 5, 3, 1, etc. What I'm going to do though, and I've already done this, done the work for this, is I'm adding a columns to this sample stat table. To do this for me, then I want to, better to have the computer do the work for you. So I'm going to add a joined in period to my database. Adjusted joined in period. Okay, I'm going to give this a default value of 0. Okay. And this will be calculated for us. Now the adjusted, I'll explain what that is. That will only be on the monthly graphs, which that's what we'll do. We'll make a monthly graph for this PTSD for everyone, or we'll get a monthly spreadsheet from which we can make a graph if we choose. And for that, I've got this new code that I've got here. Okay. I'll add this to both of these. That's the other script that I just showed you. This is for my groups tables. They work a little bit differently than my tables that are named Group 4, Group 2, etc. That work differently than my ones that are given the name for the group. And so here, and actually let me change this. So I'll run this again. And now what it does, okay, damn it. Okay, wait a minute, wait, yep. This is how it works. You always screw up the first time you do something. Okay, now if I get another fatal error, that means I've named my columns wrong. Okay, good. This is outputting me something here. I'm not sure what that's outputting. Might be the day. Now we should have, and what we'll do is we'll fact check. Where was I? I was on this. And I'm such a digital pack rat. I'm always saving stuff. Must be this one. Okay, good. So now we'll have a monthly join rate, and we will fact check this one. And I'll go ahead. I'm just going to close this spreadsheet down so I can override it. Actually, we'll go ahead and call this PTSD for everyone monthly. Since we've already got that one, we don't want to have to do this again. And what this is programmed to do, every time it erases this table every time. So I start from scratch. I want to fix that and change it. But okay. So here we have how many users have joined each month. So in January, we had 54 join. We had 43 join in February, 40. Then we have 157, 248. You know, as the months go on here, June 2021, we have 352. Then we have a period where next to nobody's joining for some reason. Then we have a big uptick. And now a big thing to note here, well, there's a few things to note. One is that this is a scam group, almost without a doubt. And given that it is a scam group, you have to factor in that as of January 2021, I'd sent the DOJ some audios that end up everything I send to the DOJ goes straight to Wells Fargo. And I talked about this Facebook scam they're running. So at the very least, by January 2021, they had it figured out. That they knew that I had them figured out, and so they very, very likely tried to make what they're doing look more reasonable than these other graphs, these other groups where the scam is so apparent when we've got a 27,000% increase in join rates, stuff like this. Okay, and so this. So first off, this does look unusual. This is odd, really, really odd. And of course, another related question you may have is why would they start a group? And this is after I submitted my complaint. Well, I'm a massive liability for this company, and what they have done is they have preemptively created this group, hoping that I would join it, and every bit of information they can have on me is going to be useful for them, and they've got resources that you can't fathom. So this is costing them not much money at all, relative to what they have to do this. And maybe I'll make another video at some point to explain why this is quite obviously a scam group. But this is an abnormal. When I look at, I've got plenty of users lists like this that I've pulled over the past 3 years since I've been doing this, and this is a strange pattern of people joining. Okay, that this doesn't make sense. And actually, what I'm going to do is I am going to instead of fact checking this one, I'm going to fact check the daily one for you. The reason is because for the daily one, we've already got timestamps calculated for most of these days, I think, because the way we're going to fact check this to show that this is correct is we are going to query my database to see how many users we get for each day, how many cumulative users. And then, if we want, we can, we can add up all the users for each month, and then we can fact check it on a monthly basis. And what I'll do, I'll cut this video off since this video is getting kind of long. And on the next video, we will fact check these two spreadsheets to show that our data on these spreadsheets is correct. then in that video or a subsequent video, I'll demonstrate how I make one of these daily members graphs.